Thank you. It must be that it's Friday or something here.
Yeah.
It is Friday.
Oh, they're giving them some
It's been a
drugs
long
in the
week.
audience. They're giving you drugs. So, Trump, should we talk about him?
They're like, no.
People are sick of it, I know, but you can't avoid it.
We started so well.
You have to talk about him, I'm afraid, and you have to look at the TV and read about him because it's your country. So Trump is doing damage control over the "Send Her Back" chant that broke out at his North Carolina rally. He claims, he says, I'm not happy about it. He said he wasn't happy when he heard it. So he shut it down quickly. Did you see it? Really? Donald, watch.
Omar has a history of launching vicious anti-Semitic screeds.
So, not only does it go on for 14 seconds before he speaks up, does he look unhappy to you? He looks like he's getting a suntan while they're talking.
Yeah.
Get a little orange on me, right, while they're screaming this.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, the suggestion somehow that he wasn't happy about it, the suggestion somehow that he disavowed it, that he, immediately started speaking. The bottom line is he didn't tell them to stop. He didn't tell them that it was inappropriate. And I believe that that was something that he gave them permission to say. He normalized it, right? And one thing that I read that was fascinating was that Lara Trump, his daughter-in-law, who is also an advisor to his 2020 election campaign, did a warm-up act to cue up the crowd.
She's a comedian?
Unfortunately, I didn't think it was funny. She said to the crowd, she led them in a call and response chant. And she said, if you don't love our country, the president said it, you can. And the crowd responded, leave.
Oh.
And so she ginned it up already.
Right.
Using his words. So I don't know what this game is that he's playing.
Republicans are telling him to fix it, as we know. So why would they tell him that?
History is not kind to racists. Ask George Wallace, ask Strom Thurmond. History is not kind to racists, and I think that, there's only so much excusing you can do of what Donald Trump has done this week. I think this has been a very painful week for America because we have seen the legitimization of racism because for so many of us, it is a trope we hear over and over again. Go back to where you came from. Go back to your country because there's children that look and sound like we do who get told that
sure you've heard
on a
that.
daily basis. I get told that on a daily basis. Of course, I have found there is a direct correlation between racism and sheer stupidity and ignorance. So they
They go together.
They keep telling me to go back to Mexico, where I was not born. But I do like to visit occasionally.
Right. Well, these women were born in the United States, except for one of them. He's telling them to go back.
It doesn't matter, though. My little sister was not born in the United States,
Right.
okay? And she's American, obviously. And I think that it's been an extremely painful week. I've gotten a lot of interesting phone calls from a lot of people that I don't normally hear from about what are we going to do? Because this is this bad. This, I do think, is one of those moments, much like Charlottesville, that will stand in memory. And my answer to Democrats is, if you can't beat this, what are you doing? Because this shouldn't be this hard to beat. He's screwing up big time, okay?
I don't know.
I'm just saying, this is so bad. It's like nothing I've ever seen, and I don't think anyone in this room has ever seen before. And you can't beat this, which is blatant racism.
I have to take issue.
What does it say about your party?
I must take issue with that because when he was running, he was blatantly racist, and he won.
But you should. I think at this point, though, there's so. But I do think this is. I do think this is him running in 2016, but on acid. As I've said before, like he's taking his old ways of ginning up people's, racism and xenophobia. And I see a gentleman up there.
I want to say this, and I commend you for having called this racism and for racism because it is what it is. And I think we've got to call racism.
Wasn't that hard? That's why it's sad.
Well, it's been a hell of a lot harder for a lot of Republicans to do.
Yeah.
We have seen a lot of Republicans, people that you and I know, who would have been able to do it before this contort themselves into ridiculous shapes all this week, trying to say that it was not racist. We have seen the majority leader in the Senate, who is married to a Chinese woman, say that this isn't racist. I have seen Marco Rubio, whose parents came here fleeing poverty, who represents a community where they were told we won't rent to Cubans, to blacks, or to dogs. You can't drink from this water fountain. I have seen him try to justify this. I've seen him call people who are outraged, like me, he calls it self-righteous hypocrites. Let me tell you what self-righteous hypocrisy is. Tweeting Bible verses every day and remaining silent while this president puts children in cages.
Preach, girl.
That is self-righteous racism. You know what self-righteous hypocrisy is? Representing a community full of Venezuelans and Cubans and Haitians and Puerto Ricans, people who hear it every day, go back to where you're from. And somehow trying to play this as if there is two sides.
Who are you referring to again?
Marco Rubio.
Well, he's just one of many.
But I see
Rick
her
Santorum.
emotion.
Rick Santorum.
But she
You
has,
said it.
but
You
look
said
at
it
her.
about
She has
Lindsay.
real raw emotion right now. Your hand is shaking with your card. You're not the first person I've seen like this week. There's a lot of people, a lot of hardcore conservatives I know that are very, very, very upset.
I'm so sorry to hear that. Why don't they open their mouths?
Because some of them, you know what, Joy? Because some of them are private citizens and friends of mine that don't have the kind of platform.
I want to hear. I'm not talking about them.
Republican leadership.
She's talking about people like you and I know, like Lindsay,
talking
who are
about
saying
Lindsey
that this is not racism.
But I'm
Rick
saying they're
Santorum, that
personal
other
friends
hypocrite.
that don't have. I'm sorry that my friend Sarah in Scottsdale doesn't have the same kind of platform I do.
No,
like
we're not referring to that.
I know, but I'm saying
I'm referring to Mitch McConnell. I'm referring to Rafael.
But if you're a normal Republican walking around the
Rubio.
streets of New York City like you and I are, or wherever, and you are tagged with this right now, it is humiliating. It's embarrassing. I don't know what to do about it anymore. I've said this all week. And the fact that we are tainted with this as Republicans and conservatives, yes, it's cowardice on the other side. I don't know what else I can do other than we are calling it out as loud as we can with the platforms we have. And by the way, there are some people, Tom Emmer, Adam Kinzinger, Congressman Adam Kinzinger, who never disappoints me. He's someone Republicans can look on. Mark Walker. There are other Republicans who have tried it. I still say, where is Ivanka? Where is Mike Pence? Where is Jared Kushner, who is supposed to be the hope in all of this?
No, but I want to tell you what we can do about it. We do not vote for this guy.
No, but
I don't care about the Supreme Court justice. I don't care about the tax bill. I don't care about anything else. We cannot justify voting for a racist.
But why are Republican leadership? Why is it that Republican leadership are denouncing the chance, but not the leader of the chance? Why is that
complicated?
But you can't put your party before your country.
They want to get reelected.
You cannot
It's
do
not
that.
complicated. It is not complicated.
You cannot do that.
I don't know why this question keeps getting asked. It's obviously about power.
Right.
I'm sorry. This is not a complicated question.
It should be about
being in power. Yes, it should be.
What about the fact that he threw his base under the bus? Shouldn't they be turning on him for that? Those people who were chanting now are being told,
Stop asking me why
didn't say
Republicans
it,
are
you
standing
did.
by it. We know why
Why don't they get mad at him?
Yeah.
Why don't they get mad? They don't get mad at him at anything. I mean, listen.
Why? What kind of Kool-Aid did they drink?
Evangelicals stick with him when he, cheated with a stripper and cheated on the stripper with a Playboy bunny.
No.
And they're still with him.
You can
There
just-
is nothing.
you know,
When he said, I can go on Fifth Avenue and shoot someone, he was right. They will stick with him no matter
can justify
what.
anything in the Bible, During the Civil War, they justified slavery in the Bible. I
Yes,
mean,
that is true.
that's nothing new. We'll be right back.
This is not the Bible I grew up with.